Hey guys, Barry here and welcome back to the channel. And here we have the hero from The Room, of course. We have Greg Sestero. Greg, how are you?
Hey, it's great to be back in the presence of an Irishman.
Conas Atatu.
Yeah.
Can you speak Irish?
There's an Irish language?
Yeah.
I'm 5% Irish. I've been all over Ireland. It's one of my favorite places. The people, they are effortlessly funny.
Yeah.
Like just the way they like perceive things and say things. Like I was talking to a buddy and I was doing fashion photography back then, and he was looking at my portfolio, and I like normally in the States you'd be like, oh, cool photos. It's nice. But he was like, you been around there?
Yeah.
They always have a way of phrasing things in a really interesting way. But yeah, it's good to see you again.
Yeah, you too. Like we first met in Dublin a few years ago for Best Friends premiere.
That's right.
Yeah, so myself and Mark behind the camera, we seen part one, then we seen part two with you at the cinema as well, which was just amazing experience just to be there, you know, and just to see the work you've done.
Definitely.
And I feel like you yourself have grown as a performer, and just your work has really improved since The Room.
Yeah, I mean, The Room is sort of a tricky spot, right? You're trying to make a certain type of dialogue and script come to life that is a tricky sword, because if you go too far, you run the risk of really going full alien, you know? So, but no, it's been fun to make new films, and thank you for your support.
Yeah, brilliant. So how are you enjoying your time celebrating 20 years of The Room?
It's pretty surreal. I did make that horror movie last year, Miracle Valley, which had come out. And so we did festivals of that, and then that just sort of now funneled right into the 20-year anniversary. So it's cool to see a lot of new people coming out and supporting The Room, talking about The Room, and then getting the fans that have supported it for many years.
Yeah, it's great. And can I ask you, so the script I have, was it like the first dummy script that Tommy made?
Yeah, we did some readings from it. It's like the initial draft, yeah.
Yeah, so was there anything that you liked in the first draft that you think should have been in it, perhaps?
Yeah, that's sort of a different vision. I really enjoyed it. I thought there's a lot of comedy there, and reading a scene from it is always fun. But whatever the film turned into be, I think was the way it should be.
Yeah, I agree. And like speaking of, you know, doing a scene, thank you so much for having me on the stage, playing yourself.
You're a good mark. Yeah, very subtle, underplayed. Let the comedy just happen.
Yeah. Good fun, like. So I do want to ask as well. So your relationship with Tommy, you know, like how has it evolved in the past 20 years plus?
It's a lot like Super Mario Brothers. You know, I'm surprised they didn't cast us in that movie. We should do the Best Friends is sort of like the Super Mario live action. But it's been 25 years. A lot has changed, yet we still are in a very similar position. So it's been a ride.
Yeah, and have you seen the new Mario movie?
I did see it. Yep, I was severely jet lagged. I was in a place that the sun stayed up till 1 o'clock in the morning, and it was surreal, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I seen it. I just thought it was fantastic, like, you know.
It was easy to watch. It wasn't too long, and it just got right to the point. It was exactly what you'd hoped it would be.
Yeah, I agree. So, how do you think your life would be different if you hadn't have met Tommy now?
I think, you know, there's so many actors trying to make movies, trying to get into soap operas, trying to, you know, there's just a dime a dozen, and you need to be a part of something that works, that people connect to, and, you know, ideally we all shoot for Blade Runner or a movie that, you know, the consensus is it's a good movie for all the right reasons, and it's beloved for that. But The Room is something that's gone on for 20 years. Not many movies do that. And I've been able to write a book about my experience, have that turn into a film. So I think a lot of it was meant to be. I think you can look back and try to change a few things, but in your heart, when you're living in the moment and you make a decision, I think a lot of that's meant to be.
Yeah, and so that scene in The Disaster Artist, right? So when you first seen him, when James Franco was climbing the frame, was it like that? Like, what was the atmosphere like, you know, seeing Tommy perform on stage like that?
Yeah, I mean, anytime they adapt a film, they take certain liberties, but it was, you know, in the spirit of exactly that. It was awkward, it was hilarious, it was cringe. Everything you'd want to see as a 19-year-old in an acting class.
Yeah. Now, I do have to ask you as well, so will we ever see like a full-on release of the backstage footage of The Room that you see in the DVD and the Blu-ray extras, but you don't get to see the full lot?
Yeah, I mean, I know there's hundreds of tapes of it. I don't know, maybe Tommy can throw it together, but I did do a little Disaster Artist documentary that we show at screenings.
Yeah. Tell us more about like Best Friends in Miracle Valley, like how they came about. Like where did you get the inspiration for them?
Best Friends was based on our friendship, Tommy and I friendship when we took a road trip. He thought I was going to kill him. Started with that, and we ended up with a bizarre Breaking Bad-esque thriller. Miracle Valley was a true story based on a cult that I wrote and directed and started while living in the desert. And my new movie, Forbidden Sky, is about a UFO abduction that I had researched back also in Roswell, New Mexico. And I think it'll be a really fun, crazy movie. We showed a teaser for it tonight, but it's going to be announced soon, and I think that'll be the next trajectory in my my filmmaking.
Yeah, I would like Forbidden Sky. I just think looks incredible. You know, I just think something different because you don't see many alien movies, see it like that nowadays.
Yeah, it's a mix of those movies we loved in the '80s. You know, Amblin Entertainment and all that.
Yeah, and I suppose you'd have to add that you are a fan of video games.
I am, yeah, and in fact, some of my work is inspired by that video game Limbo.
Yeah.
And Inside, and I love obviously Red Dead and GTA and Last of Us and all that. So I take a lot of inspiration from video games.
Yeah. And what did you think of The Last of Us as a show overall?
I watched the first 4 episodes when I was on the plane, and I thought there was some really intense, great stuff in there.
Yeah. Now, would you ever make an FMV game? What is it? A film?
I'd worked on a room video game, or I'd played a room video game by Tom Fulp. Yeah, Newgrounds. I'd love to make an FMV video game for sure.
No, see, I guess there's not many companies that would do that. Game companies that would make, you know, a game just like using actual film clips, but you choosing a scenario of what might happen next.
Yeah, I'd love to try that for sure.
Yeah. Now, what about your time in Ireland? You know, so like, where have you been so far?
I've done Dublin. I've done Northern Ireland. I've done Dalkey, which I really love. Kenmare. Cork, Kinsale, Galway, Giant's Causeway, which is also up north, and I'm trying to think where, Ring of Kerry, Cliffs of Moher. I've driven the whole country a few times now.
Yeah. And how did you find it overall? Like, I guess in comparison to like just say the UK for England, for example.
It's just
how different.
Like you're never going to see anything more green than when you're in Ireland. Yeah. I mean, it's just like it's just a beautiful place that I immediately connected to when I got there.
Yeah. Now we do have to ask you about the Room remake. You know, with Bob, like you did show a bit of a clip earlier on, you know, before the screening of The Room. So you said it was made over a day. Tell us about your experience working on that. How did it come together?
Yeah, it was just done for charity, and Bob is a fan of the Disaster Artist book. He was in the movie and loves The Room, and he was great. I mean, he came on and offered his time for a few hours, and just it's basically like a staged reading, you know, and he. Just a really smart, fun actor, and it was great to see that those scenes come to life.
Yeah. Now, okay, I have asked you before, but I'm curious on an update. Do you think we'll ever see like the rights do like The Room, like a play version of it, perhaps, or even a musical?
There's always been so much talks about that. I know I've been in talks about the Disaster Artist musical.
Oh wow!
But yeah, we'll see. I think that'd be a great next step.
Yeah, I guess one final question, if you don't mind. So, if you could go back 20 years. What would you say to your younger self about where you are now?
It's so bizarre because there's been moments where, like, if you knew that would have happened, you wouldn't have believed it. It would have just been like an insane thought, and that was impossible. And there's been several moments like that. And so what it's really taught me is that how important the journey is, how important it is to be in the moment, because you can never plan or predict or feel those things over 20 years. So it's just taught me now to go out and make films. Because you're passionate about the story and you love filmmaking, and whatever's going to happen is out of your control.
Where's Tommy really from? How old is he?
New Orleans, and he's going to be 29 this year.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on the show. Really appreciate it.
Anytime.
Where can we find you on social media?
I'm just at Greg Sestero.
Brilliant. Guys, go find him on social media. Thanks, guys, for watching. See you later. Bye-bye.
Lisa straightens the bed, then she washes the coffee cups, puts the candles away, and changes to jeans and t-shirt. She puts pasta in the oven and settles in the chair with a magazine. Shortly there is a sound of a key in the door. Johnny enters the apartment with one red rose.
Hi, how are you? Thank you, I'm doing great. You are so charming, you always give me flowers. You're so unique, let me kiss you.
What's cooking?
That's your favorite dish, my sweet pie.
You're awfully happy today. What's up? Did you get a client?
I called a dozen of them clients, but no one needs my service. It's very tough. Do you feel like eating now?
I'm starving. What else did you do today? You're a very good mood.
Let me fix the pasta.
I'll take a shower.
Hi, Mark. I miss you.
I just saw you. What are you talking about? Are you crazy?
Sorry, my darling. I just wanted to hear your sexy voice. Let me tell you something else. I like how you put your sexy hands around my body.
Is Johnny there?
Yeah, he's in the shower. But I like you better.
But I don't understand you. Why do you do that?
Because I love you. You don't care, do you? See you later.
Yes, I do care. But we agreed that it's over between us.
I understand. I'm with you. It's our secret. I'll have feelings for you, but I guess you don't care.
Yes, I do care. Don't drive yourself crazy.
I have to go now. See you later, my darling.
Don't call me that.
Okay, bye.
Who are you talking to?
My mother.
Is she okay?
Oh, she tested for breast cancer.
It's not a big deal these days, is it?
No, I'm not worried. Dinner's ready.
What happened last night? I don't remember anything. Did we make love?
You don't remember, you poor little thing. You don't remember when you hit me?
Ah! Hit you? I never do that, even if we were drunk. You must be kidding. It's not true. It is. Do you have a bruise?
Yes, it's true.
I will never drink again. I feel sick. I can't eat anymore.
I'm strong, don't worry about it. I need some money. I have to buy a new dress.
How much do you want?
Around $300.
Why so much?
Thank you, Johnny. You're always generous with me.
I have to be. We will be married soon. You love me, don't you?
Of course I do.
I'm going to the roof to straighten out my head.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Don't worry about it.